speaking on her behalf. Welcome to Jeffrey Dinner. Thank you for being with us, Jeffrey.
It's my pleasure, Nancy.
So, Jeffrey, where would your client meet these guys?
Oh, I think a variety of different ways. I think that on the internet and different telephone services, referred by different friends, people who would come and work on the farm and stay for a period of time and leave. A lot of transient people.
Okay, Jeffrey, tough question, and if this case goes to trial, you may be asked this at trial. She started off as a blonde with dark roots. When she was apprehended at a local fast food restaurant in Boston, she had about $85,000 worth of cash and checks and had red hair with purple streaks in it. Was she trying to change her identity?
No, I think that she didn't have $85,000 in cash. She had a cashier's check for around, I think, $50,000. The rest was in cash. She had consulted with a lawyer in New Hampshire and was trying to hire counsel because it was pretty clear that she was the focus of this investigation. And she was referred down to Massachusetts to find counsel down here.
Now, you're telling me she did not have $85,000, but Ellie's telling me she had cash and cashier's checks to the tune of about $84,000.
No, she had $84,000, but it wasn't all in cash. It was a cashier's check and cash. Most of it was a cashier's check.
Okay.
If I wanted to change my appearance, the last thing in the world I would do, without getting too far into that, is put purple streaks in my hair and direct attention to myself.
Welcome back, everybody. Do we have another Black Widow killer on our hands? Out to Pat LaLama. Pat, sum it up for me.
Well, there's a lot of interesting aspects to this case that make it far beyond just about anything I've heard. We've got to remember that she has talked constantly about some of her alleged victims being pedophiles, and she has this thing about pedophiles, and she allegedly had him on the phone while she called police and said, tell them, aren't you a pedophile? And the man is allegedly in the background gurgling, saying in a faint voice, yes, I am. And then apparently there's the sound of him vomiting and then fainting. Then she accuses him of faking it. But that's important stuff. Now, the other thing is, though, Nancy, that allegedly she told the cops when they saw the burning flesh, oh, that's a bunny rabbit. That's one of my bunny rabbits. So, you know, there are some interesting things to consider with this woman. Also, I just wanted to tell you, this man, Kenneth, according to his own mother, he had the mental capacity half his age. He was 24 and had the capacity of a 12-year-old. He had applied for the military. They turned him down and got a job in a car wash, and they met through a telephone dating service.
Well, you know, Pat LaLama, you always have, let me just say, background on everything with us. Investigative reporter Pat LaLama.
Thank you.
You know, I want to go to Leslie Austin. Based on what LaLama is telling me, I sense an insanity defense brewing. Here it comes.
Well, this is a technical problem. Psychiatrically, yes, this sounds like a totally psychotic person. The legal issue is different. Did she know of the consequences of her actions at the time she committed them? That's going to be for the lawyers to determine, but psychiatrically, surely sounds very, very psychotic and seriously ill.
Let's go out to Lynn in Minnesota. Hi, Lynn.
Hi, Nancy.
Yes, dear.
Hi, I'm just wondering, I saw the beginning pictures and now the later ones. She's all dressed in black. Is there any way it could be satanic or some kind of a ritual killing if she's doing it with more than one man?
Jeffrey Dinner, right now, do you have any idea what your defense is going to be?
We're not ruling out any defense. A lot of what I'm hearing tonight is simply somewhere between hyperbole and speculation. You don't even have a murder. You have the remains allegedly of one individual. You have no indication it's murder. At most, you have disposing of a body.
Jeff, I mean, you think the guy committed suicide then burned himself?
Not at all. There are many different ways people die.
Okay.
And
then burn
and they're not necessarily, no. That's where the disposing of the body comes in. Assuming solely for the sake of argument that she disposed of a body, there's absolutely no proof indicating that she killed this person, that she had any motive to kill this person. It's wonderful to sell newspapers and TV time. It's wonderful to say that he had the mind of a 12-year-old. On the other hand, you saw a wonderful military picture of him. You see, he at least got through a good part of Army basic training. He was emancipated. He wasn't living at home. He held a lot of different jobs. He was a strong young man who almost made it through military
I
training.
got a question for you. I got a question
Yes.
for you. Why? If you suddenly fell down the steps, God forbid, broke your neck and died, I would not drag you to the back of my apartment and burn your body. I would call 911. So you're going to have to answer the question to a jury why she would burn his body and why she made that crazy call to police trying to get him to confess that he was a pedophile, and why was she pushing him? This man was of sound mind and body. Why was she pushing him through a Walmart in a wheelchair buying diesel fuel? Not one vehicle on her estate was diesel fuel.
Well, I'm gratified to hear if I fall down in your house, you're not going to burn my body. I will keep that in mind.
Well, I didn't
But
say I promise. I just suggested I wouldn't burn your body.
On a more material level, there are a variety of things that could have happened here, that may well have happened here, that I'm not in a position to talk about, that don't result in accidental death, but also are justifiable homicide. There's a
Jeffrey.
wide range of things that have occurred, and there's clearly a psychiatric element here. We're not ruling anything out. If not an insanity defense, many individuals have very strange reactions, particularly when they're not starting with perhaps perspective we start and all the cards, but there can be many different unusual reactions to traumatic stress situations. Yes.
With us is the defense attorney for Sheila LeBar. Jeffrey, why did she order her 74-year-old live-in to be cremated?
I don't know. What I will tell you is he was a doctor.
That's a second burned body.
They had a very strong, well, she didn't cremate him. They had a very strong relationship. They lived in a kind of common law marriage for many years. He had counsel when he devised everything to her. A good deal of the property he had came through inter vivos trust, not even through the will. She was a beautiful woman at one point, and there were many different good reasons. They were together for a long time. Before this happened, though his own daughter had some questions about his testamentary intent and capacity, it was never challenged through the courts. It's very easy to say anything now. It's very easy to speculate now.
Well, that's why
there's
we
simply
have
no
you
evidence to
here
that.
to give us the facts very quickly to Michael Mazzarello. Let's talk about Trial 101. If this case goes to trial, are we going to have similar transactions?
Maybe, but if I was Jeff, I would fight that tooth and nail, Nancy. We have to concentrate on one here. I agree with Jeff entirely. It's all hyperbole at this point.
Oh, good Lord.
And remember, Nancy, the Durst trial in Texas where he cut up a body and put it in a bag and they acquitted him. So there are things that happen to people who do get killed and explanations of what happens to their bodies afterwards.
What about similar transactions?
Well, obviously he hopes they don't come in, but if they do, he's in big trouble. And I'll tell you this, he's going to have to describe why there's blood all over the kitchen and all over the house.
Is there another Black Widow killer in our midst? Welcome back, everybody. Very quickly, Clark Golban, Black Widow, where do we get the name?
Well, Nancy, we know from the spider who kills their prey. Margaret Rudin, you know about her? She married...
You're so dramatic. Go ahead.
I was trying to give a little feeling. She killed her fifth husband, all of them were millionaires, to try to get $12 million. Didn't work out so well. She was convicted for 20 years. Velma Barfield, who didn't she kill? She killed about 10, 15 people. They proved one. She was the first female executed in 20 years. And lastly, Susan Wright stabbed her husband 100+ times, said it was self-defense, but the jury did not buy it.
To Dr. Leslie Austin, psychotherapist, we are fascinated in general with female killers. Why?
Well, statistically, many more men kill than women, and the mode of killing is usually much more personal with women and much more emotional. So there are fewer women, and certainly fewer women serial killers than men.
To the attorney for Sheila LeBar, a veteran trial lawyer himself, Jeffrey Denner. Jeff, what about this note that she had where she writes all the information about burning the body, and then tries to say that she had been thinking about the Natalee Holloway case and what may have happened to Natalee Holloway and was jotting down notes? That's what the letter was all about.
Obviously, anyone who sends in letters, as she does, to newspapers and TV stations and radio stations, completely contrary to what her counsel is telling her to do, has certain psychiatric elements to the case that's going to be presented.
Jeff, I got to tell you something. Go ahead, sir.
No, in this particular case, she has many rambling, speculative type of things in the ledgers that they have found. It is absolutely unclear what any of that stuff means. In this particular notation, it said 5'4", 110 pounds. Kenneth County was not 5'4", 110 pounds. Natalie Holloway was.
Okay.
This is a woman who had wild and wise speculations.
I see
and who
where you're
knows
headed.
what
You're headed right for the insanity defense, and we will be watching with us veteran trial lawyer Jeff Denner. And Amy, sorry we couldn't get to your call. We hope to hear from you tomorrow night.